So we now need to start selecting our loads in order to connect our pipe run. So what we can do is zoom into the area of interest. We then go to the Insert menu and select Hot or Cold System. It doesn't matter which of the two that you set up when you put the system together. This is only really for when you connect your pipes. So we select Cold System. We then select Insert Standard Draw-Off. That'll present us with a menu where we can list the standard draw-offs. So we select from the listing. So for example, we'll put some WCs in, so you can see you've got a list of appliances. So we'll select a WC system, place. A right button click while it's floating around on the end of your mouse. A right button click rotates it 90 degrees. You can alter the rotation in display options called right button twist. So you can vary that rotation. Click once to place the appliance. Right button click twice and allows you to create a mirror image of the previous appliance. Press escape and then cancel the command. So for the purposes of this demonstration and help video, what I'm going to do is show you different types of system. We'll take the view that these WCs are fed from a tank in the roof. So first of all, I want to run my cold water pipe and establish a pipe run up to the tank in the roof. What I do is on the Insert menu, making sure the cold system is entered, distribution pipe. You click once on the base of the arrow of the system, click once for each change of direction of pipework. You then click once where you want to create your riser, and then immediately you go over to the pipe control box and you set where you want to go. So for example, we select level up and then move to, and that brings us into the floor above. Level up, move to again, level up, move to again, takes us out into the plant room on the roof where I can then set my height. So I might want to rise an extra 100 millimeters. And then I can click across to where my tank may be shown. I may want to go to floor level, move to that level. And if my tank is shown on my DXF file, I can offer this entry point up next to the tank, where I then have my system reference, my description, and also the tank head level. We can see here the floor is 12.6 meters above the level of the ground floor. We might have a tank on a frame, so we could say, for example, 13 meters. Select OK, press escape, and then we can level down to the ground floor and complete connecting in our WCs. We can connect pipes in manually. Insert, distribution pipe, click once on the base of the arrow, which connects my pipe to my WC, click once, and then a double click connects the pipe in. You know you've connected in correctly because you have the coloured in square to signify that you've correctly connected that pipe. If the pipe was at the wrong level and it wasn't coloured in, then that run of pipe wouldn't be calculated because it would be non-connected. And you could actually go to display, highlight, unconnected as a command, and that would then show you any unconnected loads. So for example, we select these are in green, we know they're not connected. Then we can deselect that command. As we connect the pipework in, those will then change back to the cyan colour or when we zoom in pan. Now, as well as connecting pipes in individually, we have a situation we've got a runner pipe behind each of these WCs. This allows us to use the auto connect function. So on the edit menu, we can select auto connect draw-offs. Any of those appliances within a set distance will be automatically connected in. We're now in a position to perform a calculation. Display, calculate will then give you your pipe sizes. You can see the text is quite large here. We might want to reduce the size of the text. So if we select display options and utilize the show fixed size text option, that text will be fixed at whatever view of the building. So as you zoom in and zoom out, that text assumes a fixed size. If I want to edit or delete a pipe run, then what I can do is to zoom into the pipe in question, Click on the pipe once, so it's highlighted in green. Select delete on the keyboard. I can then reinstate the pipework, insert, distribution pipe, click on the system and reroute my pipe. Display, calculate. We can view a schedule of this particular system. We can look at the draw-offs with any excess head. We can look at the pipes. Any pipe references that are italicized imply that those are connected to and associated to the index run. Pipe details can be looked at. I may wish to fix a pipe size. If I double click on a piece of pipe, double click, this allows me to change the material for this run of pipe, the insulating type. The pipe size can be fixed. The pipe length can be fixed, as can the addition of a number of bends. So we currently have 5 bends. If I have an obstruction and I need 4 extra bends, I can then total 9. That would apply the extra K factor for the bends and increase the resistance of that circuit or that run of pipe. Also, we got the pressure drop you can be entered as well. Again, display calculate to see the affected change, and then to view the results, selecting the results option, selecting the pipe, and you can see now we fixed the pipe at 28 mil. We have our flow rate, our section pressure drop including fittings, our velocity, our unit pressure drop, and the loading units. Now we'll add some sinks in and introduce a hot system and a cold mains fed system. So again, insert, standard, we'll select some wash hand basins, place, right button click. As far as the auto connect emitters is concerned, you want to be careful here if you're mixing systems. If you had a tank fed system and a mixture of sinks and toilets fairly close to each other, you might end up connecting sinks into a tank fed system or vice versa. So as I've done here, I've done my tank fed system first, use the auto connect to connect the pipes, then doing my separate system. So first let's look at a mains cold water system. It's the same approach, except on the entry point we apply the main supply pressure. So this could be part of a boosted set or the supply into the building. Insert menu, cold system is correct, distribution pipe, select further sink, ceiling, move to. So I'm now in the ceiling void. I can run a pipe around to a position in my plant room. So let's say we have our calorifier, pressurization unit or supply point. Let's say it's a main supply coming into the building, into the corner here. Floor, move to, click once, select entry point. You must have an entry point at the end of your pipe system, otherwise it will not calculate. Mains cold water system. Now with the mains cold water system, you can put a supply pressure or an equivalent head in meters. The equivalent of 15 meters head would be 147 kPa. Vice versa. That's then routed our main run. We then connect the sinks in individually by going to the distribution pipes, click once on the base of the sink, double click on the pipe, click once on the base of the arrow at the sink, double click on the pipe. Then turn that bend into a T by apprehending it and double clicking on it. Now this time when I come to calculate, on the command line at the bottom it says there are 2 cold water systems, so you need to keep an eye on this command line in the bottom. Select the sink associated with that system, and that now calculates this mains cold water circuit. So everything you look at now in terms of schedules or any printouts that you want to generate or results are all relating to this latest system. If I wanted to defer back to the original system, the tank fed system, and produce a printout, I would have to display calculate first. So that's the latest calculated system. And then I would go to the print menu, or look at the schedules, or look at the results. So the program will always display the results and print out the last system calculated. Now let's try a hot water system. Insert. This time we toggle on the entering option, hot system. Distribution pipes. This time select the orange one and take the same route back. Ceiling, move to. Let's say we have our calorifier at this position here. A right button click takes me back, so if I mess up the pipework I can reroute. Same with the heating pipework as well. Establish an area that I want to go move to the floor. Click once. And then select entry point. Now it allocates the system references in numerical order. We have two systems already and it calls this one H3. This is actually going to be the first of the hot systems, so I'll call it H1. Likewise with the reference. Again, you put the tank head level in there, equivalent of, or mains pressure. And then we can continue connecting our pipework in. This time when I go to display calculate, the program knows there's two types of system, hot and cold. Selecting hot, that's the only system we have, and that then generates the numbers for our hot system. To make things simple, I'm going to now switch off the cold water system because I want to show how we would then run the simulation. To switch the cold water pipes off and not display them, display options, public health, hot only. And in the next video I'll describe how you add the circulating returns.